we go to the book of Psalms, in the 33rd Psalm, it says this: "The Lord merely spoke, and the heavens were created. He breathed the word, and all the stars were born." He breathed the word. I like to make things, I like to create things, but I always have to use my hand. I think of some really weird stuff. Most of the time, what I think here doesn't work when I try to do this. God didn't have to lift a finger. He breathed the stars. That is amazing to me. And yet, in the middle of all this massive, wonderful universe, He created a special, tiny little spot in the midst of it all. And on that tiny little spot, He put you, and He put me. That blows me away. Blows me away. We've been talking about superheroes, and we're wrapping it up tonight. And I want to talk about a superhero that maybe was one of the very first Bible stories I ever heard. One of the, probably, right with Noah's Ark and David and Goliath. I have no idea how old I was. And that's Daniel. Daniel in the lion's den. We fast forward to, he's about 80. And he's now serving a new king, King Darius. And King Darius has chosen 120 leaders of the kingdom, and he's placed them in different positions about the kingdom, and he's taken the top 3 and really put them into the head positions, and Daniel is one of those. And as often happens when people do the right thing and they're put in good positions because they do the right thing, many other people are not okay with that. They're jealous. They don't understand that. So there's a group of guys that really don't like him. They hate him. And they want to get him. They want to remove him. But they can't find a way to do it. They find no weaknesses. Because while Daniel's human, he is so rooted in his service to God that they can find a way around it. And finally, they kind of hit on something. Not a weakness, but a way that they can get to Daniel. They go to the king, King Darius, and they really play on human pride and arrogance. And they say, "Oh, king, mighty, mighty king, you are so awesome. You're so amazing." And, as humans tend to do, is, I am, aren't I? And they say, "King, we just think because of your mightiness, because of your awesomeness, that for the next 30 days, no one in the entire kingdom should pray to anyone or anything but you." Creep up. He ran to the den of lions. "Daniel, did your God save you?" And he listens, and maybe took a moment for Daniel to shake his sleep out, stretch a little bit. And he says, "King, live forever. I'm okay."
Now that there is just good stuff. When I was a teenager, I wanted to be a rock star. I had the hair too, but I was, it's cool looking. And so on my quest to be a rock star, I figured, well, you got to have all the things the rock stars have. So throughout the years, I now have 8 guitars hanging on my wall. I've had a couple amplifiers. I've got basses, I've got drums, I've got a sound system. I was going to be a rock star. I don't think I ever gave up that dream. Recently, I've been working on this pedal board to get all my sounds together. I bought those sound things, the pedals, and I have this thing. It's a line 6, and it looks like a kidney bean, and it has just about every sound you could possibly want. I bought it because I thought, Well, they have a sound on there that'll make me sound like Stevie Ray Vaughan. Yeah. I can play some blues on that. And they have a sound on there that'll make me sound like Eddie Van Halen. I can wail on it. And they have a sound on there that'll make me sound like Ace Frehley, my hero, the guitar legend, all sorts of things. I didn't put the time into practice like those guys. So I sounded like an out-of-tune kid, young man, old man, playing these things. Well, today I put it all together, and my bean, my line 6, is not working. I've had this thing for at least 12 years, and today I decided to give up the ghost. It's dead. It's not coming back. What do I do now? I can't have my sound like I want to be Ace Frehley, or I can't have my sound like Stevie Ray Vaughan, or now I have to sound like me, playing through one pedal. And I was talking to Travis here before worship started, and he gave me a word of wisdom that I thought, man, that really applies. Yes, he does have wisdom. I hear Chris over there laughing. He said, maybe God wants you just to play through your amplifier. Maybe God just wants me to sound like me, as imperfect as I am at playing my guitar, and out of tune as I am sometimes at playing my guitar. Maybe he just wants me to play like me and sound like me. When I first became a Christian, I had the idea that you had to walk around with a suit and tie and talk a certain way. Holy is God. You had to do certain things and all this kind of stuff. I learned that that's not what God wants. He doesn't want us to sound like somebody else. He doesn't want us to sound like Thurston Howell III when we pray to him. He wants us to sound like me, like you, like you, like you. He doesn't want everybody to sound the same.